Are you somebody who is trying to manifest something, but you're struggling with reacting to outside circumstances? Are you confused as to what exactly you're supposed to be doing while you're waiting and what kind of action you're supposed to be taking? What to look for as far as when to take action? If these sound like you, then definitely be sure to stick around through the end of the video, because today we're going to talk about taking action in your 3D world. What is up, you guys? I am Missy Renee, and in today's video we're going to talk about taking action in your 3D world, because this is something that most every person who is new to the law has a tremendous time acclimating to, and there's a lot of confusion around what to do in this interim time and how we can ignore those urges to act impulsively, things like that. And it doesn't help that, of course, there's a lot of confusing information out there. There's a lot of different teachings on how to go about doing this, and it causes a lot of stress and anxiety because there's no clear understanding of what we should do with our 3D and how we should be reacting and when we should be taking action versus not. So I'm going to clear that all up in this video today. This video is another subscriber's request, and this is something that absolutely needs to be talked about more. I did make a video earlier talking about inspired action, so if you're interested in checking out that video, I will leave the link up here and down in the description box below. But I want to take it a step further because, again, there is this problem that we have when we're new to law and when it comes to reacting to our 3D and when it comes to taking action on things. So if this sounds like you, if you are struggling with what to do and how to react and how to stop reacting negatively, if you're curious about what taking action means and how to approach that when you're consciously manifesting, then definitely stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to give you guys some tips and some helpful ideas to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to delay your manifestation so you can finally get whatever it is that you want. But before we dive into the video, I just want to make a quick announcement about my upcoming membership group, the Conscious Creator Society. Every month, I'm going to be releasing a workshop on a variety of different manifestation topics, but I decided that I also want to take this a step further. I want to start to build a community of like-minded people, a community of like-minded creators, so that we have a place where we can go for support, to ask questions, to celebrate each other's success stories, and overall just have a place of camaraderie. On top of the community aspect, you'll also get access to all of my previously recorded workshops. I'll go live every other Friday for Q&As so you can ask me your questions, along with a ton of other resources and helpful tools such as guided meditations, worksheets, workbooks, inspirational graphics, and so much more. I'll have the link down below if you want to check it out. And for the next 30 days through the month of February, I'm going to have a special for anybody who signs up in that time gets 50% off their membership price for life. So definitely be sure to check it out, take advantage of this offer, and I will see you all there. So this topic is something that I hear about all the time, and I get questions about all the time. And it is certainly something that I struggled with, and I think it's something that just about everybody struggles with when they're new to this. And that is, how do we keep ourselves from reacting to our 3D impulses? And also, what can we do about taking action? And what do we need to really pay attention to? How do we know what to look for when it comes to taking action, when to take action, and when we need to scale back and make sure that we're not interfering with our manifestation or our bridge of incidents? And this is something that also gets talked about and is taught in all different kinds of ways. And there are so many teachings out there that contradict each other on this topic, so it's completely understandable that people are confused and that people are frustrated. Because there are a lot of law of attraction teachers that talk about taking action and talking about needing to do something so that you're moving your manifestation along. And as human beings, we naturally want to take action. This is how we've always responded to things. This is how we've always approached life. And this is something that most of us were taught growing up. that you need to take action, you need to take the bull by the horns, that you need to go out there and get whatever it is that you want. So this is a belief that most of us grew up with, and this is a belief that most of us still carry to this day. It is part of human nature to want to do something or feel like you need to take some action or use some kind of willpower or force to get whatever it is that you want. But this thinking and mentality is actually the furthest from the truth, because you don't need to lift a finger to get your manifestation. And let me repeat that for the people in the back. You don't need to lift a finger in order to get your manifestation. All that is consciously required of you is to imagine that you already are the person that you desire to be. The only thing that you need to do is embody that state of the wish fulfilled to the best of your ability and walk through your day as that person to the best of your ability. There is no other secret sauce. There is no other magic technique. There is nothing else that you need to do. Because once you have embodied that state for long enough to the point where it becomes your dominant state, you will be naturally moved through a bridge of incidents to your fulfilled desire. All of the action taken is going to be through your subconscious mind. You're not going to do it consciously. It's the job of the subconscious to rearrange things and move you to that state. It is the job of the subconscious to rearrange things and bring you to your desired end. And you're doing this all the time, no matter what anyways. It's just that for most of us, we are imagining and assuming worst case scenarios and doom and gloom and all of that. But there is no action that you need to take. There is no willpower that you need to exhaust. There is nothing that you need to do except live in that and imagine yourself as the person that you desire to be, or imagine that you already have the thing that you desire to have. Your subconscious knows ways in which we could never understand and we could never fathom. And that's why when our manifestation does occur, 99% of the time it happens in a way that we could never consciously conceive. So let me give you an example to hopefully help make this a little easier to understand. Say your desire is to be a successful business person. Say that you're trying to launch a business and you may be brand new at this, you may be a brand spanking new business owner. Naturally, when you're first starting, you don't have a whole lot of money and a whole lot of clients, at least typically for most people. If this is you, then you would just need to ask yourself, what would it feel like if I were a successful business person? What would the dominant feelings be throughout my day-to-day? I'd probably be feeling pretty accomplished. I'd probably be feeling a sense of pride. I'd probably be feeling a sense of satisfaction. I'd probably imagine people telling me congrats and how do you do it and what's your secret. I certainly wouldn't be stressing about money throughout my day. I wouldn't be fretting about where my next client's going to come from or how I'm going to close my next sale. I would be walking with that confidence. I would be at peace, because if I'm already the person that has a successful business, then I wouldn't be spending my day spinning my wheels and fretting and overanalyzing and freaking out. That is living in the end. When you are able to imagine and embody what it would feel like as the person that you desire to be and persist in that state, that is all you need to do. We don't need to overcomplicate this. There's already so much information out there that gets confusing as hell, and people get frustrated because we always try to make things a lot more complicated than they have to be. That's another beautiful thing about being human. Another belief that we tend to carry is that if it sounds too good to be true, it must not be true. But the truth is, it really is that simple. Now, I didn't say easy, but it really is very simple. Now that said, it's probably not very realistic for you to assume that you can just sit there and visualize something once and it's going to fall right out of the sky and into your lap. you're still going to be prompted to act. You are still going to be prompted to go along and move with your bridge of incidents. You are going to be inspired to walk down your bridge of incidents. So you're still going to act. You're still going to take action. But it's not going to come from a place of fear. It's not going to come from a place of desperation. It's not going to come from a place where you are stressing and overanalyzing and spinning your wheels about it. You will be naturally drawn to act. You won't even be consciously aware that you're doing it. And a very easy way to tell if you are taking inspired action or not is by looking at your thoughts and your physical actions and your physical reactions during your day. Your thoughts and your actions let you know the state that you are embodying. If you are waking up and hoping something happens today and hoping for a sign and checking your phone 80 times to see if your SP contacted you and you're messaging them throughout the day and you're desperately hoping that this is going to work, you're not living in the end. And the same thing goes for any kind of exaggerated excitement or when you're blatantly lying to yourself. Trying to force a facade of exhilaration and excitement and being pumped all the time is not natural. So drop that notion if you're doing that. That is something more along the lines of being high vibe and law of attraction. You don't need to have this over-exaggerated feeling of, oh my God, this is amazing. No, none of that. If you are living in the end, it's gonna feel natural. It's gonna feel like an everyday thing. You're not gonna be questioning 1,000 times about what your SP is doing. You're not gonna be hoping and pining that they call you today. These are all indicators that you are still reacting and that you are not fully living in the end. When you're hoping for something, that only implies uncertainty and wishful thinking. And as you know, if you watch my channel, you do not want to have wishful thinking. You don't want to hope that something is going to happen today. You don't want to be wishful in thinking that something is going to happen. No, it's already done. But what about if you are really struggling with this? What about if you are constantly reacting and you realize later that you were reacting and you screw up and then you beat yourself up over it? What if these knee-jerk reactions are really hard for you to keep a hold of? If this is the case for you, then I have a tip that I did that hopefully will help you out, and that is to leave reminders. For example, if you find that you have the constant urge to text your SP or to reach out to them, put a note on your phone, like slap a sticky note on your phone before you go to bed, reminding you when you wake up that it's already done. And literally just put a note that says it's already done. Or put a wallpaper on your phone that reminds you of this. So when you go to open your phone, you have that reminder hitting you in the face. It's already done. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to reach out to them. You don't need to text them. Because when we're doing these knee-jerk reactions, when we're kind of living in that autopilot impulse, that's not coming consciously. We sometimes need a conscious reminder to snap us out of it. So try leaving notes for yourself. Try sticking reminders on your desk, on your car dashboard, on your mirror in the bathroom. Having these little notes and these little reminders will help snap you out of your day-to-day autopilot that most of us are usually sucked into. Put something on your phone to remind you to not text your SP. You don't need to do that. Most of the time when we're feeling that urge to do it, it's not coming from a place of confidence. It's not coming from a place of knowing that it's already done. And that's another key thing to remember. Really try to stop yourself and ask, is this coming from a place of fear, or is this coming from a place of confidence and knowing? If you are able to step back and ask yourself objectively where this urge is coming from, that's going to tell you everything that you need to know. So set reminders for yourself, set notes if you have to. This can be really helpful to try to get us out of these impulsive habits. Because again, you don't want to be interfering with your bridge of incidents. You don't want to be doing anything that is going to delay or uproot your manifestation entirely. There is no work that you need to do other than imagine that you are now the person that you desire to be. It really is that simple. We tend to overcomplicate the hell out of this, but that's all we need to do. We need to get out of the habit of feeling like we have to do something, that we have to take action, that we need to exert some sort of willpower to get it done. And this can be a difficult habit to break, so if this is something that you are struggling with, put reminders out for yourself. I'm serious. It's amazing how much one little reminder on your phone or a sticky note on the mirror can snap you out of that autopilot impulse and then step back into that state of already being the person that you want. If you're able to do this, if you are able to keep yourself in that state and persist there, no matter what the 3D world tells you, no matter what is going on around you, if you are able to do this, then you will be able to do anything. So I hope this video helped for you guys. If it did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in checking out any of my other resources, I will leave links below to one-on-one coaching, my blog, and my social links. So definitely go check them out. And don't forget to check out these videos over here. Each video is a different topic, but they all pertain in how to manifest the very best life possible. So until we meet again, take care, be well, and never forget that there is no work left for you to do. It's already done. Happy manifesting, guys.